For this experiment, you will need a tip-waste container, paper towels, wash buffer, Expandorf rack, and a transfer pipette. In your notebook, you can draw on the well strip to keep track of the controls and the patient samples. You will also need a P200 micropipette and tips, 750 microliters of antigen, 175 microliters of positive, negative, and patient samples, 750 microliters of secondary antibodies, and substrate. To begin, you will use a clean pipette tip and add 50 microliters of the antigen to each of the 12 wells, and allow it to incubate for 5 minutes at room temperature. After 5 minutes, you will remove the unbound antigen by turning the strip onto a stack of paper towels, banging it forcefully several times. You will then add wash buffer to the wells using a transfer pipette. Using a new tip, we will add 50 microliters of the positive control in the first 3 wells. In the next 3 wells, we will use a new tip to add 50 microliters of the negative control. With the next 3 wells, we will use a new tip to add 50 microliters of one of our patient samples. The last 3 wells, we will use a new tip to add 50 microliters of the next patient sample. We will let these samples incubate at room temperature for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, we will remove the sample using the same technique we used to remove the unbound antigen. Now we will add 50 microliters of these secondary antibodies to all of the 12 wells and incubate for 5 minutes at room temperature. After 5 minutes, remove the secondary antibody and repeat the wash step with wash buffer 3 times to remove all unbound antibodies. Lastly, add 50 microliters of the substrate to each well. After incubating for about 5 minutes, record results.